erase microphone works as good
Sorry, what?
as it can, as we can hear his keyboard.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry.
Yeah, just get your push to talk key. Alright, let's see if I'm able to test sound. Okay, someone talk one at a time, please.
Rigo.
Matey.
Can you hear
Banana.
me now?
Alright.
Shit.
Just need you a bit.
Damn it, Bobby. Do I look like I know what a JPEG is? I just want a picture of a gosh dang hot dog.
Alright, this will do. Until someone in chat says that this won't do.
Where are you streaming this?
YouTube. I'll share the link. Give me a second. I need to make sure that's how you type beginning in the beginning. Yeah. All my reactions are spooky skeletons. Yeah. Right now, Discord is muted, but my mic isn't. And here we begin for this new campaign, Rusthenge, with a whole new cast of players. Well, actually, Reagan was there in the last one, but everybody else is new. Let's begin with a short, like, say who you are and what your character is, just to introduce yourself. We can go in alphabetic order, I guess, for the player in the player list. So, Rafe.
Great. I'm Wraith. I'm playing Surge Claw, an awakened animal wolf who happens to be an alchemist.
Yes.
I like D&D and stuff.
All right. Niji.
Hi, I'm Niji. I'm playing Shiki, the Tengu acupuncturist. She is a traveling doctor and wound up with this group some way, somehow.
All right. Reagan.
Hi, I'm Raygon. I'm playing Alufina, the gnome, who has come on a pilgrimage to study at the Temple of Gorin in Iron Harbor.
Psycho.
I'm Psycho. I'm playing Psycho Sonza no Hoy from No Hoy. I am a summoner that is a dragon scholar and is currently in a group with a bunch of individuals.
All right. And finally, Traxus.
Hi, I'm Traxus. I'm playing Ranvan Vesalius, and I am currently on a journey to discover lore about engineering to further hone my craft of firearms.
Very good. Alright, that was all the tricks, so you guys pronounce your own character's name so I can know how to pronounce it. But we will begin as the short lore blurb that everybody got sent at the start. You guys are starting in the small village of Osprey Cove. Let me just grab my PDF correctly so I can actually give you guys the information. So, in the last few days, there has been a few storms shaking the waters around the islands, and some of the storms have stopped the boats from traveling around. So maybe that's how our adventurers from Tiansha made it to the city. But everybody of the group has taken shelter in Osprey Cove for now, as the storm calms down. And an unusual surprise came to Osprey Cove the morning after the storm. On an early dawn walk to appraise the storm damage, Elder Joedia found a dying man sprawled at the edge of the town, suffering from exposure, 2 infected crossbow bolts, and a strange sickness that left rust-red splotches all over his body. The man gasped out an unsettling warning before he died. Iron Harbor, rust, ship, all dead before too late. The man was dressed in rusted armor and clutched an equally rusted religious symbol of Gorum in one hand. This and his final word suggested something dreadful had happened in the nearby village of Iron Harbor. Osprey Cove's the youngest leader, Elder Audrey, which is the NPC over here, quickly organized an expedition to travel the day-long trip east to Iron Harbor, both to offer help as needed, but also to extend overtures of peace, to bring a end to the year-long feud that has kept the only 2 villages of the kindred coast at odds. And so, whether you volunteered or were recruited to this group, you are on your way on the Old Coast Road with as Elder Audrey escorts. And then what might avail your arrival at Iron Arbor this evening. So this is the introductory text. So do the Ancient people want to explain a bit more how they got to these islands, or shall we continue from there?
Psycho Sonza was on a boat traveling to New Thessalonia, unspecified city, in which the storms caused the ship to dock for safety at a near harbor in Osprey Cove, and thus she is here now.
And then you volunteered to help on this mission.
Yes.
All right.
As I said earlier, I was going to Iron Arbor anyway, and now there's some danger over there. I need to get involved and get to the bottom of this. Seems to hit pretty close to home.
As you volunteer to help Audrey get to Iron Cove, she does give each of you 8 gold to pay as your guard duties, basically. And you can, if you want, spend it before leaving Osprey Cove. So if there was other things you were missing to buy, this is a bit of free money everybody gets.
Are we just gonna add it?
Yeah, everybody add 8 gold to your inventory. I think you are able to do that. Yeah, everybody should hand around 23 gold of value. Except Surge Law should have 1 more gold because the Formula book is free.
Do we not use our own gold for our starting kits?
You did have your 15 gold for making a character, but this is an extra 8 gold each for your mission of guarding Howdry getting to Iron Arbor.
When she is handed her gold, she would absolutely just light up, fluff up, and then tuck it away in all of the little pockets.
Right. So, let's continue to the next situation. There we go. So if you want to buy something, I'll allow some. Like, just say you bought it before. Just so it's not a rush.
Sold my padded leather armor and bought studded leather armor as an armor upgrade.
So I'll stop the village music and start the ambient noises and activate the scene.
I'm gonna buy a healing potion. I'm gonna buy 2 healing potions.
Alright.
I also bought a thieves toolkit.
Do position yourself in the rough position that you want to be when you are traveling. Just stay in at the start here.
Black screen for me right now. Oh, okay.
Should load.
Where is the direction we're traveling?
You're going east, but don't move past where Psycho is.
Before we start moving, I think everybody should sort of like explain what kind of like skills they're bringing to the party,
If you want to.
so that way we can decide on a marching order.
Okay, in order again then.
Well, this is the player order in the bottom left corner. So Rafe, you're first. Or we can roll a dice actually.
Initiative.
I'll just roll 1d5. Number 3. Number 3 is Raygun.
Okay, Alufina is a frontline fighter that does boast a reach weapon, so she can flow from the front line, maybe let someone be in the full front for a little bit, but she is going to be heavily armored as a champion, and she can also dish out some light healing. She will help protect you and reduce the damage that everyone else around her takes.
So you'd probably be most suited to be the vanguard then. Does anybody else have any objections to that?
As a champion, Alufina is well placed in the front of the party.
I'll
Yep, that's fine.
probably take my place nearby Alafina. I do have a bit of expertise when it comes to melee combat, but I definitely prefer to use my firearm before anything else.
Right. For Audrey, I'm gonna identify her correctly. Give me a second. Because right now she's unknown to you. Audrey, there we go. Audrey, I'm just gonna say for her because it's information you have. She is a human cleric. She will help you in the if there's troubles afoot. But as a cleric, she's not a frontliner. So she will stand in the back.
She is our employer. I'd rather have her in the back anyways. That way we can properly protect her and receive our end payment. We've already got up front.
Right.
As an oracle, I should probably be next to the cleric.
Alright. And then Surge Claw, where do you want to be? More towards the middle?
Surge Claw is a alchemist, so mostly medium range things. So anywhere behind the vanguard is preferable.
You'll want to be somewhat close for your bombs.
Do you have any melee capabilities, or just not that much range, and that's where you belong?
I've got claws and teeth.
Yeah, it's the 30 feet range of the bombs. 20 feet, actually. Speaking of, you do need to prepare your alchemy stuff. So you do need to add the versatile vials to your inventory. Do you know how to do that?
If I remember it from the setup thing, yes.
Do you much prefer to use your teeth and claws to bite and tear into your enemy, or lob your concoctions at them?
I'm gonna say with the subclass of alchemist that he went, he's better off throwing bombs. He didn't go for the... I think it's mutagenist, the one that would change your body.
Yes, that would be the self-modifying one.
Yeah. Because it is possible, it's just not what his subclass is specialized in. In Pathfinder, your class will mainly define what you do as a character, and your subclass is going to be adjusting that. But then, since we are playing with 3 archetypes, there's a bit of more customization. But as you are a level 1, are a bit limited to what your class does by default. As we get to higher levels, you'll get more options.
I've never quite met a unique group such as this. Never seen a dragon or a tengu in my life. Wolves
Tweet,
that can
tweet.
stand on 2 feet is also fairly new to me.
I suppose I could have my dragon summoned. I never specified that I summoned it, but yeah.
Oh.
You do need to inform me because I need to pull it on the screen or not. So do you want to
We'll summon it later.
unmanifest for now? All right.
So
Right.
I just look like a rather regal spellcaster at the moment. Sort of. Though I'm short.
Yeah,
Alright.
shorter.
Yeah.
And I'm a magpie with needles.
Alufina, being a gnome, is much shorter than the rest of the party. Well, the only one classified as a small creature, but with her halberd, she can reach everybody quite easily. So I wouldn't make fun of her height too much.
Nope, not make fun of the gnome.
But okay, so
You gotta hate the gnomes. 'Cause most of the time they can't reach it.
so we will travel a bit on the coast to in the Kindred crossing towards the Highland Harbor, and at around the midpoint of the journey, around 9 miles from Osprey Cove, the faint trace of the roads that you have been following are towards the site called Kindred's Crossing, the site where the citizens of both villages have started working together to build a bridge between the village. Next, I'm gonna ask everybody, what are you doing while traveling? That will be the exploration action in Pathfinder. The most common one are like you are looking around, so you are just gonna make sure I use the correct text. There is the search exploration action, which would be looking around using your perception to see something unusual. There is the scout exploration action that would be looking for combat. There is the investigate exploration action that would be using your skills, like your let's say your nature skill, to see if there's something special with the nature around. And there's
Like Arcana.
yeah, or Arcana if you want to be looking for more magic. It's all gathered up in investigate. So if you want to use your skills more, you can use that. There is detect magic as an exploration action that you just spam detect magic as you move around. Detect magic in Pathfinder is like a ping. So you just check if there's magic in 30 foot from you. It's gonna say yes or no. That's all you get from information at level 1.
Can I see the boat crashed over by the shore from where I am now?
There is. I'm just making sure that everybody... I see everybody set up an exploration action.
Let me just
No,
reload.
that's just Alofini scouting. Never mind.
Where do I set that up at?
Yeah, that's what I was confirming. On your character sheet, actually, can I...
On actions?
Yeah, in actions, there's the exploration tab on
I see
character
the
sheet.
exploration tab.
There's also on the party sheet, there's a exploration tab. I'm not sure if you have access to that one.
You do.
All right, so that will give you information, and then you can set up action from there.
I don't know. I don't think you can actually drag your thing to it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it'll open your sheet. So, never mind. It's on your sheet. It's been a while.
Yeah, I'm gonna reboot. This is not working. Be right back.
Control Shift R to reload without cache. Also.
Yeah, I'm not even able to connect it to his DNS unfound. I don't know how Discord is working, but
All right.
rebooting.
We'll give a bit of time to explain stuff to the others. So Olafina is scouting. So with the scout effect, she will give everybody a +1 circumstance bonus to initiative. So if there's a combat, everybody's a bit more ready than without. Psycho is detecting magic, so she's spamming detect magic all over around. So if there is some magical effect, she will be aware that it's happening within 30 feet, but it's really vague information for now. The Eidolon is not summoning, but he will be able to do another exploration action. That's a fun fact about Summoner. So what about the other 3 players? What would you like to do while traveling?
I am also scouting ahead currently. I am peering out beyond us to see if there's anything amiss in the surroundings
Okay.
as we approach.
For
And I'm particularly focusing my attention on the coast.
For scouting, scouting gives a circumstance bonus. So if one person is using it, another player will give another circumstance bonus, but the bonus doesn't stack. So you only need one person in the party to be using it for everybody to get the bonus.
Oh, okay.
So you could be searching instead. That will use your perception to look around for stuff. It doesn't give you a bonus per se, but what it will give you is I'll roll an extra perception roll for you when you are closer to stuff.
Then I would like to ask the party, do you mind if we take our time traveling along this road? I'd like to investigate as we move.
Makes perfect sense
as
to
you
me.
saw, there was a guy dying with crossbow bolts in him. It sounds like there's a lot of trouble ahead. I don't know if we can take our time.
Well, if you're scouting ahead and making sure that you see any impending danger, then it might be good to get some clues from like the surroundings that we're currently traveling through. That way we have a better idea of maybe what occurred or what has like previously transpired through this area.
I have to say I agree with that assessment. It would probably be best to make sure that we are actively investigating or searching while you are scouting ahead to ensure that we are not being attacked, because it will allow us to figure out what might have happened and where he got attacked.
As you mentioned that, Audrey does nod her head. Yes, yes, I do agree. We could be rushing and running a bit faster, but it might be safer to be looking around, making sure that nothing else is happening, because the cleric that died did come from this way, so we're not
Then
sure
I
what
will investigate aside our vanguard as we move.
Right. So go into your action, exploration, and then click active on investigate. There you go.
I'm gonna search.
I'm gonna say this is actually a table rule. It's not by default. I'm gonna mention it whenever I do some small adjustment like that. Search, you will get an extra perception roll when I do those, so you will have 2 chance to notice something versus everybody else only 1. Investigate, you will have a free recall knowledge when you start a fight. So if you spot an enemy, I will let you recall knowledge on the enemy to try and identify it or ask a question. When we get into a fight, I will explain recall knowledge a bit more. Alright, and then Search Claw. What are you doing while traveling?
Honestly, I'm trying to find the things because my exploration tab has nothing in it.
You do need to add the action to it.
Yeah, if
Click
you
the
hit
browse button.
browse,
Yeah.
you can click and drag the actions over to your exploration tab.
Yeah.
Can you quickly mention the things that we were able to do?
Well, pretty much all the exploration action, as long as it makes sense, you can do. You can avoid notice to be stealthy, but since the rest of the party isn't, that's not going to be too useful. But you could also be searching. That's not a bonus, that just stacks. Also investigate. What else?
Would Surge Claw, being an alchemist, be able to research while we travel in relation to plants and things to possibly use for alchemical things?
Research would be more for a special scenario, because you do get. It's more for when you are in a city researching a topic. So for here, it doesn't really apply. Because yeah, research you gain 2 RP, but right now RP doesn't mean anything.
No, that's fair. In that case, cobble together, I think. I'm going to drag that.
What is?
So as we move, you'll let me know if like I find anything worth investigating then, or like
Yep.
I'll make a roll towards it.
Yeah. Perception rolls. I will be doing the perception rolls because they are secret. You don't know when I'm doing a perception roll. You don't know the result of the perception roll unless,
Oh,
like
I
I
like
told you, notice that. But you do perception roll. I just do it myself on my side.
Okay, that's a lot better than D&D rolls. It prevents metagaming.
Speaking of, I do need to drag the macro. And also,
Did we have anyone scouting?
you are scouting.
Yeah, I didn't want to double it, so good.
Well, Ren was also thinking of scouting, but I explained how circumstance bonus work.
Yeah,
So there's
I
no
caught that a little bit.
use to having 2 of them. All right, and then cobble together. That is a new one, so I do need to. Wait a second. I do have the book with me. I might ask you to go for a basic one, but I will check. I think that seems to be an alchemist specific one.
I'm sorry.
If we encounter any traps or locked containers in our travels, I'll gladly take a look at them for us. I do have a bit of expertise when it comes to tinkering with things as well as crafting items.
In this specific scenario of traps, you do have a Thieves Toolkit, so that will be useful.
I do have the toolkit.
Alright, I am not sure about what cobbled together is or where it's coming from, so I'm gonna ask you to go for one of the more basic exploration action ability. Let's say I'll drop a bunch on your character.
Oh, it's a crafting thing.
Yeah, it's a special crafting thing, but I don't quite know it.
The downside of new things.
that is something in Foundry that, like, it gives you all the information. So
Ooh, it lets me craft ammunition on the go.
search. Right, I've put a bunch in your on your character search cloth, so you can choose one of those, because those are more of the basic ones, I would say. Right. So please choose one, and then we can continue. It is written in the book to ask for the party for their exploration action, so that's why I'm mentioning it right now. Put my book back in my bookshelf. But yeah, scout, you cannot stack it up, but search and investigate. Since investigate, you all have different skills. That could be a good one, because you'll use different skills.
Then I will simply pick the search.
And search will use your perception. That is the main, like, looking around one. It is search for using your perception, and then investigate for using your skills. So if you are a character with a lot of skills, you might want to go investigate. If you are a character with a lot of perception, you want to go for search.
What's the modifier for perception?
It's shown on your character to the left, right under your AC. It's based on wisdom, yes. And it's your wisdom and your proficiency that is based on your class, and yeah.
I think everyone's at least trained.
Yeah, but actually Ren is an expert. Because Gunslinger is an expert.
So you said that investigate uses more things.
It uses your skills
also,
instead of your perception.
If we find any leads, be sure to let me know, because I am also quite adept at pursuing leads. I get an extra +1 bonus.
Okay. Just to be sure, the exploration action pursue a lead. It is an investigator specific one. So that exploration action might not be available to you.
I remove it. Yeah.
So in Pathfinder, a lot of things will be explained by the traits that they have, and such. Pursue a lead at the investigator trait. So that way you know it's a investigator specific one. Yeah, I need to find out what's happening with Cobble Together. That is a new fancy one that I'm not aware of. Anyway, I'm gonna reopen my journal, get back to where we were. And we continue. So you travel the coast towards Kindred Crossing. You might be able to start seeing it seeing a gap in the road forward, but you do notice that there's a boat overturned next to the water. Maybe someone else that traveled, but you basically continue on the road. So I will allow you guys to move a bit forward.
Okay, well, can we take a look at the boat?
All right. So Alufino, you go straight for the boat, and as you approach, after following only faint trace of the old coast road, the approach to Kindred's Crossing becomes apparent. Here the road grows more obvious, with portion even retaining old paving stones as it turns south towards a short, rocky peninsula. To the north, a steep, weather-worn ridge of stone rises 30 feet high into the air. That would be the part to the top of the screen. Featuring an occasional ledge that appear to provide nesting spots for ospreys. To the east, the road rises up to the shoreline to follow a wide ledge that winds around the peninsula. Ahead, near the peninsula tip, the road reaches a cleft in the steep shorelines, over which the remains of an old and incomplete wooden bridge stands. Nearby, what appears to be a freshly wrecked rowboat sits upside down among tide pools. That is the text. But as you approach the boat, as you are curious, you do hear some high-pitched cries, like almost like a baby crying under the boat. I will unpause the game. What do you do?
Well, let's go. Let's stay together. And I'm hearing some cries already. Let's go have a look. Sounds spooky.
Alright. I will allow one more movement from each, except Alufina, if you want to be in a different position.
One movement or one tile?
One movement, but don't go 25 feet in the other direction.
Well, that statement terrifies me on a fundamental level. I think I'm going to stay still.
All right. So as Alufina approaches the boat, it is still hidden. Give me a second. There we go. A creature appears from under the boat. Some sort of watery creature trying to being quite upset that you have approached its hiding spot. Here it is in a big picture. And so we will begin combat.
I wonder how it tastes.
It's a crawdad combined with an eel, and I want to eat it.
Well, I'm gonna have to fight it first. For this, as we are beginning combat, I'm gonna explain. For your initiative, there is multiple skills you could use to start, like to roll your initiative. By default, it's gonna be perception. That's just gonna be when you react that there's a combat. But let's say if you were avoiding notice, that would be using your stealth. If you were insulting someone to start a combat, that would be using your intimidation. Like there's stuff like that. That's gonna be depending on what's currently happening. So in this situation, pretty much everybody is using perception. So that would be assigned on your character sheet in the initiative section to the left. Everybody sees that? Just making sure.
Indeed.
Right.
Yep.
But for the creature that you have met, this one was trying to use stealth because it was trying to hide under the boat. So it will use its stealth modifier. So that's something in Pathfinder. We will begin the encounter, but we did have some people using their... one thing. I will be rolling for perception also because I have a button to roll everybody. And it just makes everything flow better. You will roll plenty of dice for attacks and damage. That just, it's from experience. It rolls. It's easier when the GM rolls for it. But we did have some player using investigate. So I will let them do a recall knowledge. So recall knowledge is how in Pathfinder you can get some information about your enemy. So you can simply identify it. So what is it? Like it's obvious information, its name, stuff like that. But also you can ask, what is its weakness? What is its resistance? What is it is worst saving throw? It's always like one question. The recall knowledge action is one action to do it, and you ask one question. So I'm gonna link it in chat so you do see the action. So in this situation, Ren, you can ask me one question about the monster. What would you like to know?
What is the weakness of the monster before us?
All right.
I spend a good deal of time in libraries, reading the lore of like the local fauna and like animals in the surrounding areas. Among like reading books about like architecture and engineering of like the local trades.
So you do want to know what could be their weakness. I'm gonna link a macro to the chat that should work, because we do have a fancy module in this game that will take note of what you recall knowledge from. Excuse me, what you recall knowledge from the creatures. So right now it should be pretty much empty for you, but I'm gonna actually, can someone share the screen, because this is a new module that I didn't have much time to practice with, so I'm not quite sure what you guys can see. Thank you. All right, this is perfect. So you see at the top, it's in combat, so that's going to limit to what you know is in combat with you. And then it's all unknown for now. You have no idea what it is. So what we're going to do first is Ren, target the creature with by pressing the button T. So you have the creature targeted. Click on the screen to remove the your turn thing. There you go. So it's targeted, and then in the HUD, there's the other, the extras. It's like 3 boxes. Actually, I can point it. There you go. It's over there. And then there's recall knowledge in there. So you can press to read or press the dice to send it to me. There you go. So this is an example of a secret roll. So you guys don't know the result of what you try to recall knowledge. And let's see.
Do I recall any knowledge from my time in the libraries? Now we'll find out.
Let's see what the roll gives me. So as you see the creature come out of its hiding spot under the boat, you do see that it is like some sort of eel with claws, and you have no idea what would be its weakness. But you did roll pretty high for your initiative, so now it is your turn. So you do get 3 actions and your reaction, as it is the beginning of your turn. So what would you like to do with your actions?
I'm going to go ahead and approach the creature to...
Oh yeah, you do get something special with that.
I'm going to use Into the Fray.
Yep. Just to explain it to everybody, as he rolls initiative, he gets a free action to interact to draw a one-handed weapon, and then a one-handed melee and one-handed range weapon, so he can pull out his weapon for free. But also, as his first action, for free, he can stride towards the enemy. He cannot stride away, but he can stride towards it. So that's a lot of action compression. So he doesn't need to have his weapon already out all the time. He can do it at the start of the fight like a cowboy or something. So you're going to use your free action from Into the Fray to move towards the enemy?
Yep, I'm gonna stride towards the enemy while removing my pistol and rapier from their holsters. As I get upon the enemy, I'm going to shoot it with my gun before going for a reloading strike.
Alright. So target the creature and then use your strike with your gun.
This actor no longer exists.
I did reset your character, so your macros over there don't work, but you should redo them anyway. So just to explain to everybody, go into your actions, and then drag your weapon to the big squares of your HUD. So your action on the HUD, over there, and then drag the dueling pistol to the bar. No, not the circles, the squares.
Strike?
No, just click on, well, drag dueling pistol in the attacks. Like click on it and hold, and then drag it to the big squares above that.
Oh.
There you go. And then do the same with your rapier because you're going to use that. And then now that it's on your bar, now if you hover over it, you will see your strike and then your map -5 and map -10. That is multiple attack penalty. So when you do multiple attacks in one turn, your second and third attack and more than that have reduced accuracy. So if you just spend your turn swinging at the enemy, your first hit, you are very accurate with it, but then the other ones are less accurate. So you want to shoot at the enemy first, so you want to do a strike with full accuracy with your pistol. Also do the reload thing, so you actually have reload. I'm gonna say your gun was loaded before you started. But you should be able to reload. Click on the reload macro again. There you go. Yeah, your dueling pistol only has one shot, so you do need to reload between, so fully reloading doesn't do anything. But yeah.
So I'm going to shoot it to get it off guard.
Alright, so you shoot at it, but sadly you roll a bit low. It doesn't, you miss. So that's your first action. Your second action will be?
I'm going to use a reloading strike.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take a multiple attack penalty and I'm
Yeah.
going to strike at it.
So to use action, make sure to send your action to the chat. So press the chat button on when you click on it, there's a bubble. That's all. Send to chat. That's going to say what action you are doing, basically. It's just to confirm that you are doing something special and not just striking and then, but I'm also doing this. Do the action first. So
it allows me to attack and reload in one fluid attack. So as I strike with my rapier, I'm going to also reload my weapon.
Alright. So you do try to strike with your rapier, try to poke the creature directly, but sadly it misses. But I do believe that you reload anyway. Yeah, you interact to reload. And you have one action left.
Let's see here.
Is speaking a free action?
Yeah, you can talk.
Then I would like to tell Ren to please do not stand on top of the creature if you can avoid it.
I am a duelist who specifies in close range engagements.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the time I will be fighting alongside our vanguard.
Yep.
Try and get an angle further down the road. We haven't spotted anything that way.
Actually, I do need to roll something.
I would like to point out we haven't spotted anything that way because we immediately went to the boat.
Then I'm going to take a... so I don't really have much else I can do, so I'm going to take another strike at it with my rapier.
Yep, at -10. And that's also a miss. Alright, that's going to be your 3 actions. Psycho. I do believe you do know a bit more about Pathfinder, so I'm not going to explain as much for your turn.
Okay, so for my first turn,
Oh yeah, you do need to do something quite important in your first turn if you want to do summoner stuff.
yeah, I'm going to manifest an Eidolon. And the square next to me.
There it is.
Y'all just see the Psycho Sonza summon a dragon. And that'll be my turn.
It is a big action, it costs 3 turns, but it is what going to be doing a lot of work as a summoner. Next in order, it's going to be Audrey. Audrey will see the slightly squishier gunslinger go to melee fight with the creature, and she will cast Forbidding Ward to try and help Ren not get destroyed by the creature. And with our final action, she will recall knowledge to try and identify the creature. Alright, she does manage to identify the creature though. So I will open the bestiary.
Is she going to like just like yell the information out to us as she identifies it?
Yes, she will. So she doesn't get much information, but she does identify the creature as a reef claw, a small aquatic aberration creature. And it's I'm gonna give it that she also knows, or since she's just identifying the creature, what is most known about those reef claws. They do like to grab the creatures that it fights, and that's gonna be her turn.
Little shit.
So as Audrey is identifying the creature, you do... is that the one? Give me a second, I check the rules. Surge Claw, you do hear some sort of laughing happening. Quite a bit further away, like around the water. There's some high-pitched laughing happening. But you cannot quite see what's happening. No, it is your turn.
Ahead.
Yep. Like around there.
Yeet a bomb.
Search Claw is just going to continue forward towards the laughter.
Right.
Do I also get to recall knowledge since I'm investigating?
You were investigating? You were. So I actually needed to roll you a free recall knowledge. So target the creature, go into extras, and then recall knowledge and click the dice. There we go. And also, what is your question? What would you like to know? Surge Claw?
Which element this creature dislikes?
So you're basically asking for a weakness. Let's see what you roll. Did you use the recall knowledge on occultism specifically, or just in general?
I just clicked the dice.
Okay, I just making sure. Because your occultism is quite high, so you do get some information. You do know that this reef claw doesn't have any specific weakness. So this is now shown as no weakness. That was a free recall knowledge that's going to be at the start of the fight. Do mention it to me if I forget it. That's really like
Yeah, sorry.
before anything. I really don't mind. I actually give hero points to people that correct me. So if there's something I do wrong, correct me. You'll get a hero point, and when we all use hero point, you'll understand how good they are. So you still have 3 actions. So what would you like to do?
In the interest of curiosity, Surge Claw is going to sprint on ahead, not getting too close.
Yeah. So you stride with 1 action, and for
then-
now you can use like some more generic text, and I'll tell you which action it connects to in the Pathfinder system, since I know you don't know this system as much. So you can tell me what you would like to do, and I'll give you options.
Visually investigate the area that it produced the sounds.
All right. So what you would want to do is the search action, which is 1 action in combat, and this will bring us to the basic action macro. Big macro that gives a lot of action. That should be visible for everybody. Yeah. So do drag that to one of the circles on your bar, because that's going to be really useful to roll some skills. Actually, there might be a way to do it with the HUD, but I don't. Yeah, we'll use that for now. In that basic action macro list, there is the seek action. That is the action to look for something within combat. So can you see that what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay, so click on the seek action, and it's going to ask you the area you want to look at. It can be a cone, it can be a burst. A burst is an AoE. It doesn't have to be next to you, so you can say, I'm looking for this small area over there. And depending on the size of the area you're trying to look at, it's going to be more precise I'm going to adjust your perception. It's going to be harder to look all over the place than to look in a specific place.
Okay, so if I click
Oops.
here, do I do that with the burst?
Yeah, choose one of the burst, and then you will be able to place it somewhere. There we go. So you search in that area, and I think when you do accept, it's gonna roll. There we go. And then I will.
I do love the little animations.
Alright, I've validated your roll, and you don't really see what's going on over there. You just hear some laughing still. So that was 2 actions. You still have 1. Yeah. What would you like to do with your final action?
Quite simple. Draw a versatile vial.
Do you have the quick bomber? You do have the quick bomber action, so you could throw it with the same action, because drawing out a weapon is a 1 interact action. But since you have the quick bomber action, you can strike with it, so you can draw it out of your inventory and throw it with the same action.
I'm well aware of that, but Surge Claw is going to give Ren just a slightly snide eye and then not attack.
Well, you do have something special from your subclass about that, because if it's about not hitting Ren with that, you do have the field benefit of your subclass that makes it so you do only splash damage to your primary target instead of the splash area.
Oh, that's true. Well, in that case, that one.
Because usually you will do a splash area which is a 5-foot area like this. So you would also hit Elefina by doing this. But since you are a bomber, you are special. You can say that your bomb is shaped in a special way that it's gonna explode away from your party.
Shape charges. Nice.
Fantastic. I have claymores in my back pocket.
All right. So you will throw a versatile vial, or will you? Because you are able to change it into something else as well. But I think, well, you did check for weakness before, so you know that there is nothing special to strike with.
Yes, I'm just going to chuck it with the damage that is on it.
All right, so regular versatile vial. So just like I explained to Ren, make sure to drag it to the squares, and then you will see the strikes for your accuracy to hit with it.
Sorry, what?
So go into the actions in the HUD, drag it to your bar, and then when you hover over it, you see strike +6. That is your first attack of the round. So make sure the enemy is targeted and then press that. All right, let's explain some stuff. First of all, you did try to attack the enemy through where your party is. So the enemy did have some cover, some lesser cover from the fact that you had an ally in the way. It's really not that much. It's really just the corner, but it still applies. So that would be giving the enemy a +1 to AC. But also you rolled a 4. That is way under what the AC of the enemy. So that was a critical miss. In this situation, it doesn't do anything. But you can do something about it, since everybody starts the session with 1 hero point. What a hero point does is you can say, this roll was garbage. I'm gonna re-roll it. And then you use your hero point, and you can re-roll the dice. And since we have a special rule, your re-roll will pretty much always be above 10. So it's gonna be at least 10 to hit. So usually it changes a miss to a hit. So if you want, you could use your hero point now to reroll that strike. The one thing about hero point is you don't get them that freely. You get one at the start of the session, and then it's given by the GM. I'm supposed to give one per hour, but I also have other rules that I give hero point for because I tend to forget the 1 hour, 1 hero point per hour. But you could use it if you want.
I'm gonna do that because I actually want to damage
All right.
this thing.
So you're gonna use your hero points. So what you're gonna do is go in the chat, right click, and then reroll using a hero point. While I drink some water. All right. So you do change your critical miss into a hit. So that means you can roll damage now. So you can press the damage button in the chat, or depending on your setting, it might pop up. Alright, so you do 3 damage. It is currently set to cold. It's not supposed to because you use the basic vial. Yeah. Well, it doesn't really matter, I think. Yeah, by default, as a bomber, you can change the effect. If you go into your actions, you can say it's cold, electricity, or fire. Or if you uncheck it, it's going to be acid. So that's going to be how you choose what type of damage you do.
Oh, okay.
Right. So do you want to still throw it as gold? Well, I'm gonna spoil it. For this fight, it's not gonna matter, but for the next time, do be aware of what damage you are throwing at the enemy.
Yeah, I'll just keep it as cold for the damage, and then just.
Right. And then, so you do some damage. I do need to confirm some stuff because I feel like it's missing some numbers. Because you do splash damage with that, but he's adjusted flat damage. Give me a second. That's Alchemist, Cleric or 2. So I do need to look in the book. It's one of the class I don't know as much.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna blame it all on the Wraith.
Perfectly fair.
Let's see, Versatile Vial. It's 1d6 plus 1 splash damage. Why did it do slash damage? I'm gonna adjust it manually for now, but I'm gonna check it after the session. So you do 1 more damage. Alright. And that's gonna be your turn. So that's gonna be your 3 actions.
Perfect.
And now it is time for Shiki. I'm gonna say Shiki because just saying she will be confusing me with the word she in the English language.
I do believe that skipped my turn.
I'm sorry, it is your turn. That is correct.
Yeah, I was going to say, wait, no?
Yeah, it's Alafina.
I will start with a demoralize action.
You're
Alright.
shorting the gnome on their turn.
That was bad.
But
Short jokes already.
So Alafina starts with trying to demoralize the Reflaw. Even actually, it does hit, and yep. The creature is now scared of the small gnome in front of it, making it frightened is a debuff -1 to pretty much all of the stats.
Okay, now I would like to shove it to this square. I do believe this makes it further than me, so it works.
No, it stays. You cannot shove in that direction. That would be
Okay, well,
the other
can I
3
do
square.
a reposition then?
It would be reposition, but do you have reposition on your weapon? You don't.
Oh, I need a trait on it?
Yeah,
Okay.
because your weapon is using both of your hands. If you had one hand available, you couldn't reposition like this.
Yeah, so I will strike it, and then I will take one hand off the Albion and reposition with map.
Yeah, you won't be able to reposition that way because reposition stays within your range, and it's the range of your hand.
I'm gonna put it here, and then I'll move here. So first of all, attack, then at full accuracy.
Yes.
Nice.
That is a hit. Roll for damage. That is damage.
Okay, and then I will use a free action to take one hand off, change grip, and I will try a reposition on Mr. Crab.
Can you reposition allies too?
Okay, that did not work.
Yes, you can. And as the ally, you can like make that is a bit of table rule, but as the ally, you can say you are allowing that, and that's gonna be increasing the level of success. So in this situation, if it wasn't moving the crab, it was moving Ren, you could have said you are allowing the repetition, and you turn it from a crit fail into a failure. But he did target the reflaw, and as a critical failure, what it does is
Please tell me it drowns him.
the reflaw can move it. So
General question: are there attacks of opportunity for moving away from a target?
in Pathfinder, attack of opportunities are called reactive strike, and not everything has it. It's a special skill to have it have that. So fighters do get it by default. Most martial class get it at level 6. But unlike D&D, it's not everybody that has that. So moving away from melee is somewhat safe. It's not that common comparatively.
Okay, thank you.
That is 3 actions for me. Turnover.
That is 3 action. So, Shiki. Mic test, 1, 2.
Alright, so first thing first. Going to use 1 action to move.
Alright, so you stride to up to your speed of 25. You might have the ruler activated. Make sure to go into...
I do, and I can't figure out how to turn it off.
Just reselect the select token button.
There we go.
Alright, so you move 10 feet over there.
And then I'm going to cast Bless.
So you're gonna use your other 2 action to cast the first rank spell, Bless. So go into your spells and then press cast to actually use it. Because that's gonna use one of your spontaneous spell for the day.
Yup.
And it's gonna give you an aura. And with that aura, everybody gets +1 to attack rolls while near Shiki. But that's gonna use your 3 action. Now it is time for the Reef Claw. And seeing the squishy gunslinger, it's gonna start to attack it. And despite being frightened by Alofina, it does hit.
Now, I will react to that.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
Yeah, I was clicking to know what's happening, but it gave me a prompt, so cool.
Yep.
I am protecting my ally. The ally gains resistance to damage equals to 2+ levels, so 3. So you do get that.
Yeah. Do make sure to target your ally when you send it to chat, so it's gonna give the effect to the correct thing.
Oh, okay, because I thought I needed to target what I'm hitting.
No.
Sure, okay.
You target your ally to send retributive strike to chat, and then you target the enemy to do your strike. The strike is... I think the strike is after... Is it before the enemy damage? No. Yeah.
The reaction, so it's always after.
Yeah, it reacts to damage, so I apply the damage first.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
So I apply damage, but because of the reaction, no damage. And what I'm gonna...
It does say against the triggering damage.
Yeah, the Retributive Strike reacts on an ally taking damage. There's multiple triggers to reaction. It's always going to be written, and the language is quite specific.
Yeah, it says resistance to all damage against the triggering damage.
Yep.
So it should negate the damage
Yep.
that he takes.
Yep. It reduces the damage to 0, so you don't take any damage. And then Alfina gets to do a strike, because that's how it works.
I am currently holding it with one hand. Do I have a free action to rechange it to 2-hand?
Nope.
Or is that
You
yeah,
can punch it, basically,
I will-
because your
will-
weapon is not available right now.
Yeah, I am unarmed, so I will strike it then.
Slap the fish.
That won't be enough. But despite not doing any damage, I do need to remove the shield. There we go. The creature will... the Reeflaw, I don't need to say the creature because you did identify it, will try to grab the gunslinger. I didn't roll for it. Give me a second. Grab. Grapple.
Is it athletics?
It's going to be
or,
athletics versus your fortitude. I didn't do it correctly. Give me a second. I'm walking up. This, target you. Click grapple. Athletics, yes. But it will fail. So no, grab for the Reeflaw. And then it's going to go more into the water. As you are fighting the Reefclaw, you are able to hear some more laughing coming up from over there. And let's see. This one. I'm gonna want to. As we get further, it's going to be a bit faster. It's all practice and habits. It's going to try to, for this, that's secret good. All right. It does try to hide from the party, but it's not doing a good job as it's laughing at the party getting attacked by the Reefclaw. You do notice a small creature in the water hiding behind the cliff laughing at you. But that's going to be its actions. Ren, what are you doing?
I am going to strike the retreating monster with my gun.
Alright, so target strike with your gun at full accuracy. That is a crit. So click on the critical button. So you don't give the creature any chance to run away. You shoot it and shoot it so hard it's basically explodes. It tries to flail around to attack something in range as it dies, but your shot just destroys the creature. So that is your first action.
My second action to, let's see here, stride.
Alright.
5 feet closer to our Wolfkin ally up here. I gotta turn off the, there we go. And I am going to then use my third action to reload my gun.
And since you do have the dual weapon reload feat, so that allows you to reload despite having your hand full. Alright, that is your 3 actions. Psycho. Now that your Eidolon is summoned, but the Reef Claw was defeated, but there seems to be other creatures nearby. What do you do?
Oh, I'm going to use the act together, tandem action.
Mm-hmm.
Probably using one action to stride myself.
Alright.
At my full stride. And I guess 2 actions to act. Well, yeah, because this can't get all the way there with 1 action. I will move the dragon to the front line of the things laughing at me.
Stride is still 1 action, even if you say it's 2 action. So you use act together to stride with both characters once, and then you use 1 more action to move your Eidolon closer.
Yeah.
Alright, you still have 1 action.
I'm going to stare at the thing laughing at me to demoralize it with the intimidating glare.
Alright. Target, demoralize, roll intimidation. And that is a crit. Just looks like you didn't have it targeted when you roll. Where did you use the demoralize action from?
My player book.
Okay, straight up from the character sheet. If you use it from basic action macro or the skill button on your HUD, it's gonna automate the result, basically. Because right now I need to go check the will save of the enemy manually, and it's all manual if you do it like that. But there's a lot of automation. But either way, it's a crit. Alright, so that is your 3 action. Audrey will move forward as well. She's gonna try and seek out the remaining enemy just to see, so everybody sees it. So 1 of these, target, yes, accept, roll, validate, yes. She does manage to remove the hidden condition from this one. This is not correct. She's gonna point out with her remaining action the other enemy, so now it is visible to everybody. I'm gonna share the point out action. Actually, that's not. Yeah, I'm doing this wrong, so that's not what she's gonna do. She's gonna recall lodge on the creature. But she cannot identify the creature yet. Oops. This guy. Right into. The small creature, seeing the dragon going for it and being scared by the other will try and bite the dragon in response to being charged at. But it's not going to be too effective. It's actually gonna miss because of the frighten. But in return, it's gonna try and cast fear at it as well. So for this, it's gonna be a will saving throw. So I'm gonna need you, Psycho, to go in chat and press the will button.
Reuse my hero point to reroll.
Yeah, sadly you rolled a crit fail, but you can use a hero point to reroll it. I think for that you just press on the reroll button. Do you see it?
Yeah.
There we go. So you use your hero point to reroll the crit fail into a success. So on the success, you just get frightened 1. And that's going to be 3 actions. Alright. Surge Claw. What do you do?
Surge Claw is going to stride down 2. Does that put him outside of Blessed, though? Oh, I guess so.
Yes.
He is once again going to...
Yeah, that is the downside of your range. You do need... Well, actually, you could reach from where you were.
He's once again going to Quick Alchemy and create another Versatile Vial.
You don't create Versatile Vial. You use the Versatile Vial by using Quick Alchemy.
In Quick Alchemy, you create a Versatile Vial.
You use one of the Versatile Vial to...
That would be for create consumable.
Yeah, you use the Quick Vial to yeet the vial. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
no, it says you create a Versatile Vial that can only be used as a bomb for that turn.
Let's see.
All the way at the bottom.
Let me use on bomb for the Versatile Vial. Oh yeah, you create an especially short-lived Versatile Vial. So I guess you do add 1 to your inventory and then you remove it.
Yeah.
By striking.
Yeah. And then he's going to chuck that at the dragon, or at the creature.
Don't go chunking it at my dragon.
However, since there are 2 creatures close by, he's going to quickly glance up to Psycho and say, "I'm slightly sorry." Because splash damage.
No, but you can choose to remove the splash damage.
It's either only his target or the splash area. It's not... He doesn't choose which target. That's going to be at like level 5. No, not level 5. It's somewhere later.
Well, I hope this fight doesn't drag on much longer.
Ha.
Badum. Well, that's a hit. Roll for damage. Make sure to have the damage type that you want. If you want a specific one.
I do not.
Alright, there you go. That's what I wanted. So you do 5 damage to your target, and then you do some splash damage to the one next to it. I do
the target, I suppose.
to this.
I'm sorry.
And also to the dragon. It doesn't take any damage. Why? Oh.
Acid?
No, it's supposed to. Not sure why. Oh, the link between creatures might not be correct.
Yeah, you gotta also like I deducted the 1 damage from me, so it works.
All right.
For his final action, he's going to study the creature and try to discern what creature it is.
All right. Target. Use that recall knowledge thing.
Specifically the one in extras or the one
Yeah,
in skills?
in extras. In skills would be more if you want to use a specific skill for it, but in combat you use all of your skills. But sadly, you cannot identify the creature.
Fair enough.
I will be pressing to switch turns. It's just if we both press it, it's gonna switch. I do need
Yeah, sorry about that.
I do need to find where in settings it is, just to avoid that.
I will strike
turn
forward
dial.
and strike the one on the bottom. I will change my grip to a 2-hand as a free action.
As if
There we go.
it takes 1 action to change your grip.
Oh, that's fine. Okay. And hitting now. Okay, so it's free action to take a hand off, but it's a 1 action to put it back.
Correct, because it's a free action to like drop something, but fixing your grip is an action. Alright, you rolled pretty high. That's a crit. Roll for damage.
Big smack.
And I believe the creature dies, and the massive damage immediately killed him. So you basically cleave the creature in two. It's barely recognizable after you went through, but there is another one yet.
I'm all out of actions.
But you are out of action indeed. It's going to be Shiki's turn. So the fight moved forward. What do you do?
Well, first she's going to move forward. Again.
Good idea.
Got a stride.
You can stride up to 25.
There, everyone's back in bless range. Grump.
You can do something else also to help keeping someone in bless range.
I am not sustaining this.
Yep, just making sure that you know about the sustain. You can also do it like on the same turn or do sustain multiple times per turn. So you could just spam it to make it giant in 1 turn, but that's going to use your action. That's just something I want you to be aware of.
I was going to say, isn't sustain an action?
It is an
Sure.
action indeed, yeah. But sometimes that's what you need. Anyway, continue.
In that case, I am going to use another action.
Yep.
To use Whispers of Weakness on the last little fucker left.
Please send it to chat, because I have no idea what it is.
Give me a second. Let me find it.
Yeah, send it.
Poke.
There we go. Target 1 creature, it has weakness, you learn them. As well as saving throw as well as basically recall knowledge. And then +2 to your next attack, but you become curse-bound 1.
Yep, which makes me clumsy.
Yep. And that's all automated, just need to apply the curse-bound. But, alright, so you want to know weaknesses? I'll open Bestiary and give you some information.
Looks like I can apply the effect, so poke.
Yeah, because you're going to get a +2, so that's going to be another effect as well. I'm just confirming something because for some reason it's not showing up in the bestiary. Why? There you go. Creature weakness. You do know that these creatures are weak to cold iron. And its lowest saving throw is its will.
Handy dandy.
So that is the information you get from your Whisper of Weakness. What do you do with your remaining action?
Sad part is I don't really have much I can do with my remaining action if I want to make sure everyone stays in bless.
Well, you do need to know your single action, especially as a caster, because you're gonna end up with a lot of those. You can sustain. You can guidance someone to give them a +1. What else? You could try and recall knowledge for more. No, it doesn't.
Okay. Intimidate is also there.
Yeah, demoralize exists. That's against will. That you just learned that is weak.
Valid.
Frighten does reduce their attack check or their AC as well.
Yep.
So it's a good thing to do.
Okay, then. I suppose... Well, I feel like I'm a little far for proper,
It's 30 feet.
demoralization.
Demoralize is 30 feet range.
Really?
Yep. There is stuff that's gonna give you bonus to demoralize in melee range, but for you, doesn't even matter. It's demoralize, it's 30 feet.
In that case, she is gonna demoralize.
Yep. So target it and then use it in the skills or the basic action macro, so it's automatic. Demoralize would be towards the middle, above medicine. Or in the basic action macro, it's in
There we go.
somewhere. And you succeed at making it frightened. And that is your turn. The creature, now frightened, will try to do something similar to this last one, and gonna try and bite the dragon. This time it works.
Will intervene. Choose target.
There you go. And then I apply damage. No damage because resistance. Goddamn champion. You do get a strike. It is in range. But that is a miss.
No dice.
And what I'll do with its remaining action is bite again. Miss again. And try to run away in the water, which is difficult terrain. What is its speed? Give me a second. Yeah, I guess over here. So it starts swimming in the water to go away. And that its turn. Ren, what do you do?
Well, it's still in the effective range for my dueling pistol, so I'm going to take a strike at it.
Yeah, range increment 60. It's also a range increment. It's not just like a caster that is a cap on the range. It's an increment, so you can shoot even further than that, but it's going to be at -2.
Up to 360.
Yep.
Oh!
Alright, so you hit the creature for massive damage, but it's still standing. While swimming.
Hold on, y'all. I'm going to use my second action to reload. And then my third action to strike again with penalty.
That is a hit because of the bless. Go for damage. Yo. You shoot the creature, it's bleeding in the water, but it's still swimming. That's going to be your 3 actions.
Can that dragon of yours fly?
No, not yet.
Can it swim?
I'm going to say this is... this will be greater difficult, and then the rest will be difficult.
Well, I'm going to use my dragon stuff.
Use your dragon thing.
The dragon breath.
Oh,
I can't
dragon breath.
comment on my action bars.
Oh yes, dragons can breathe.
It's probably it's on the dragon itself. Might need to drag it separately. Yeah. Yeah, you might need to make regular macros for those. So just drag it to your the circles.
Like, that's there? Like it is.
It might be before I remade the characters correctly.
Yeah, I can't actually act. Wait, hold on. Pull that up.
You can share your screen if you want me to help more directly. I forgot to end the poll.
Yeah, I can't actually use the skill at all. Like from the dragon, I can link it, but I can't like have a use out of it.
Well, it should just, yeah. Well, link it. Yeah, you link it and then place the cone, roll the 1d4, and yeah. So you link it, you place the cone, you roll the 1d4, and then roll damage. By placing the cone is gonna ask you to target stuff. So when you roll damage, it's gonna apply.
There's the roll.
Right. So that's gonna be your cooldown. That applied automatically. Now roll for damage. I applied damage. So the dragon goes with a breath of electricity. This zaps the creature in the water, but the creature is still swimming, barely holding on.
Does it take any additional damage for being in water and then taking electricity damage?
Not by default. I could, but for now, it won't. But yeah, that is something that could happen. All right, so you use 2 action with your dragon, but you have act together, so you have 1 action with your summoner.
There. And I suppose I too will try to intimidate this thing with a glare as it tries to flee me.
Go in skills, demoralize. So it's all automatic.
I do not have a good 1 action spell at all.
Yeah, those are too common because you're good.
Dang.
Oh,
Don't I have another hero point given the time?
sadly, no, you don't have another hero point.
How do I not though? Like we get 1 every hour.
You do need to obtain the hero point somehow. It's not just a given. Alright.
I mean, by default rules as written, I get one every hour.
No, that's not.
You know,
It's I'm supposed to give one to one player per hour. That's the rule. It's not one per player per hour.
it's also boosted right now, so you like have baseline 10 roll. So if you roll
Yeah.
a 2, it bumps up to 10 and it applies from there. So it's also buffed. So makes sense to have less.
Audrey will just delay for now. Cannot really do much. Search Law, what are you doing?
Seeing the creature trailing off on its hind legs, Surgeclaw is going to stride forward. And this time pull out a versatile vial, and let me just find
Sure, it's
the thing.
called damage.
Gonna use a versatile vial and make a bottled lightning that he's going to then chuck at the creature.
Alright. So make sure to use ball of lightning to strike. That is a hit. And that is damage. Which is enough to finish the creature as you zap it in the water, ending the encounter. So I press the button and end the fight.
Well, that was easy.
Well, it was also your first fight in Pathfinder, so couldn't be that intense. Alright. I'm not sure if the aftermath screen showed up for everybody. Did that?
Yep.
Okay. I might disable that for now because apparently there's some error in the stuff. Give me a second as I find where it is. Show after combat. Open. There we go. I'll disable it for now. So now that the combat finished, usually you will take some time to patch up, do some treat wounds and everything. At this duration, at this time, the only person injured is Psycho, injured for 1 HP. So it so you could take
from friendly fire.
yeah,
to be
from
clear.
friendly fire as well. So it might not be that important right now, but if you guys want, you can take 10 minutes to patch yourself and make sure that everybody is at full HP. Will advance time anyway because the fight did finish and some effects ran out.
That was a Falcon spam.
Yeah, it
Cool.
says effects expiring.
What's the reload browser thingy? Alt F5, Control F5?
Control Shift R.
Okay.
So now that the fight finished, Shiki would like to refocus, mainly to lose their curse bound value. I would believe so. But what about the rest of the party? What would you like to do in that 10 minutes?
Given Surgeclaw's proclivities, he's going to do his best to collect blood from the creatures that are outside of the water-ish. Probably ask someone like the gnome with reach to pull them onto land for him.
Well, the creatures are
I can
floating
take
away. Yeah.
Take a second.
Yeah, you can create some flavor items in your inventory for that. I'm not sure in gameplay what would it do for now? But-
No, that's fine.
Surge Claw.
Yes.
Can you make your little bombs do electricity damage?
Yeah.
If I need to, yes.
If you're going to hit near my dragon, you need to.
So long as we're not fighting something electric, sure.
Hopefully we're not fighting something electric.
Alright. So what about
Can I
the others?
can I
Yeah.
scavenge for like anything nearby to craft ammunition?
Well, you do look around in that 10 minutes, and you do notice that there's something in the boat. Give me a second as I open the journal, so I give you the information correctly. You do see that there's a leather bag in the boat.
Guys, I think I spotted something here while investigating. It looks to be some sort of container, maybe holding some resources that we can possibly utilize. I'm gonna make a perception check to see if it's trapped or if it's locked.
Well, you do not believe that it is a strap. It's really a leather bag. It is waterproof, though. So it was probably coming from some sort of ship that sunk, but the stash was protected from the weather, from
And then
being
do we
waterproof.
detect any magic?
I do. I cast Detect Magic.
Doesn't seem to have much magic.
I'm gonna go ahead and make my way over to it and open this thing up.
Actually, people probably saw what it was already, but I will take this time to do some more teaching. But yeah, you can double click to open the thing.
There is an unusual liquid in the contents of the sack, and then there's 1 gold and 20 silver pieces. Might we discuss how we're going to split the
Unusual
loot,
liquid?
or does the alchemist want to go ahead and investigate the liquid inside the container to maybe give us some insight into what it could be?
Search Claw, upon hearing or strange liquid, is going to sprint over, basically.
Obsessive puffy sniffing?
Uh,
So in Pathfinder, sometimes items aren't that obvious what they are. Let's say for this one, the label on the bottle of liquid has faded out, and you cannot quite see what it is. So you will need to identify it. To identify it, basically, I will send skill checks to chat. Everybody has one chance to identify the item. There's some stuff that gives bonus. So like Search Cloud would probably have a bonus to alchemy from somewhere in its skills.
I would assume
Oh.
so, yes.
Due to my lore and engineering and my knowledge of like the construction of different like buildings, ships, vehicles, and things of that nature, would I be able to tell what the origins of the crashed boat would be to give us any insight as to where it may have come from?
Well, it's a bit it's not quite sailing lore what you're asking me, but you can use your engineering lore as a recall knowledge to try and identify stuff. So for that, you basically just go into your skills and use. Let's see. Do you see your lore in there? Yeah. There you go. So you just roll for that, and I will see the result and compare it to regular stuff.
I didn't use the right roll.
Yeah, you used the general one, but it did show engineering roll, so lore, so it's fine. Let's see. I do need to. Well, this rowboat doesn't seem to be that old. Basically, seems to have been caused by the recent storms. So maybe a traveling ship. It's kind of hard to say what people were in that rowboat. Were they pirates? Were they regular sailors? Kind of hard to say.
Can I tell if it's local or not?
Um,
Like,
it's
is the
yeah.
wood that they're using from like the local surroundings, is the general construction of the ship or the shape reminiscent of the people
It seems
that
pretty
they traveled here?
common. It seems to be a pretty regular rowboat for the
Okay.
region. Nothing especially special.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and say, you can go ahead and grab this liquid. I feel since you've been throwing those potions around, you seem to be an alchemist of sorts.
Yeah.
Go ahead and
So
take that.
everybody gets one chance to roll for the liquid. Actually, this doesn't have a crafting check. I'm kind of surprised. I did make a mistake. This potion actually is magical. It's not alchemical. So Traxxas did notice that there was a single, well, some sort of magic in the area, and will try to identify it as well. But if other people wants to roll, do so.
I don't know too much about the Arcana, so if I'm unable to identify this, I have figured out that this liquid does have magical properties, if anybody has a specialization and such.
Shiki is literally just sitting there meditating, swatting idly at the air.
Right.
So she's not going to be trying to identify anything until she's refocused.
Yeah, you are busy refocusing. All right, so the rest of yes. Yeah, sorry, I cut you off.
You're good.
All right. You do, for the rest of the people, try to identify it, and you do identify the potion as a potion of water breathing. It smells like old fish. They probably shouldn't taste it right now, but you do get some water breathing effect. I thought it was alchemical, but turns out it's magic. But yeah, you will need to pick up stuff and drag it to your inventory if you want to carry it around. I will not allow the stash as free carrying space.
What are we going to do with the gold pieces we find here? Are we going to split them amongst the party? It looks like we've got a total value of 3 gold in the container.
Yeah. I do have a distribute coin button, so if you want to split it, I can use that. But I cannot split the potion. So someone.
Let's distribute the gold evenly among the party if everyone's okay with that.
Yeah. So someone's gonna have to pick up the potion, and also I cannot split the gold. So someone's gonna have to pick up the gold.
Does anybody have 10 silver pieces that they can
Is
trade
it easier
for this gold
to
piece?
split it just between the rest of you? I am surprisingly flush.
Well, I have 7 silver pieces, so I can't necessarily like put the bill for splitting this these gold pieces in the container. Anyone like adverse to me just taking this gold piece that we find? Crafting ammo.
I have enough to split it.
I
You
don't care
do?
too much about the money.
Oh, okay. I do care about money. Wraith, go ahead and take the gold piece and then put 10 silver pieces in the container, I guess, so we can kind of split those amongst the party.
So you just drag stuff from your inventory just to the loot or to the loot from your
All right,
to your
it's
inventory.
in there. Sweet.
Right,
And I don't
Anybody opposed to
particularly
me
have
collecting the potion?
yeah, I don't have a particular fondness of water, so you can go ahead and have that.
I have
Say
other
as I
needs for.
walk over and look at this dragon that I've absolutely never seen in my life before. What the hell is this thing? And what were you speaking earlier?
It says Quinlong. He is a dragon, and
I see.
is also a part of my spirit.
So you're
Also,
saying that
my
you share
great
life
friend.
force?
it is quite obvious that the dragon and Psycho are connected somehow.
Interesting.
But yeah,
So as the party takes a breather to patch up, Audrey does take a bit of time to give some minor treat wounds to Psycho, just to give her the 1 HP back.
Just a little bit of emotional damage.
Yeah, just might as well
Pat the dragon's nose.
while waiting. I need to adjust something.
suggest papping the dragon. Or bapping Psycho in the same instance.
Can I does the wall look like it's scalable? Like are there a lot of hand and foot holes?
The wall doesn't seem that high, really. So you could.
I'm going to attempt to climb using my acrobatics and then peer over the other side of the wall.
Alright, give me a second because it's not gonna be acrobatics, and I do have something about that. Alright. So you take 10 minutes to look around, patch up everything, and you do get to get a better view of the old bridge. And now there is multiple options of what you could do. Ren does look towards the cliff, thinking of cutting through. But I will give a bit of text for the bridge. So 2 weather-worn stone statues stands on either side of a 15-foot wide rift in the shore, extending their arms towards one another. A partially completed, partially eroded old stone bridge doesn't quite cross across the gulf in the water. Doesn't quite cross the gulf. In the water, 15 feet below, the surf crashes on a worn wedge of stone that might have been one time part of the bridge. So now you have multiple options of what you want to do. You could climb and swim in the water, jump, use a rope. You could climb the ridge instead. That would also be an option. I do have stuff for all of that. So what would you prefer to do?
Do you guys
Audrey,
want
go.
to
Sure.
attempt to nimbly move across the remnants of this bridge, or would you guys prefer if I scouted up this mountainside to see if there's a safer path of travel that doesn't leave us falling into the water?
Going up seems a bit safer for now. Let's have a look.
All right,
I
I'm
could
going.
also use my halberd to help us cross if we have find somewhere with Slumber, but that seems more dangerous.
And I'm going to climb or scale the surface, and then I am going to use Scout as an exploration action. use an athletics roll.
I'm gonna sheath my weapon and be ready to catch him if he falls.
So I see like a plateau a little bit further back from the direction that we came that we can probably scale up, catch our breath, and then we can probably
my
scale
mic
back
was
down
muted
to
a
the
bit
other
too
side.
long. I didn't move you further than I meant. It's the you rolled on the second roll that is easier, but that is just to go around the water over here. If you want to roll for the bigger one, like which one do you want to go this way?
Yeah.
Okay. If you want to go this way, your roll isn't good enough. You fail and you do not climb much.
Oh, well, I didn't finish, but I was about to say I didn't realize the path around looked easier, but I'd rather take the
Yeah,
easier
my
path.
mic was muted by accident, so I was speaking to myself.
Nits,
Yes.
So I'll
would you say that
I'll climb
we've
around
been in
here.
exploration mode for 10 minutes now?
Yes. You can get yourself some versatile.
Thank you.
But yeah, first you did try to go for the regular cliff, but that was a bit too steep for you. So let's give the others a chance to do something else. And
Well,
then,
I didn't solidify my action because I didn't hear a proper explanation first. If I was able to discern that it was easier to climb across the side here, I would have much rather applied my roll to that instead.
yeah. So sorry for my mistake of shutting out my mic by accident. I just there's no. I'm just gonna say there is no danger per se. This is really a skill check situation, so that's why I'm gonna give the others a chance to roll as well for their choice of action, and then we'll come back. Okay. So does anybody else wants to try something else, or we'll go for climbing again?
I mean, there is a way to try to get across this bridge, correct?
I've got rope.
It also narrows significantly, so we could probably try to jump across.
Yep. All right. So to use a rope, you would need either to make it a lasso or to throw it. If you have a grappling hook, that would help you as well.
I have a grappling hook.
So you could try that. Let's see. All right. To throw the grappling hook, I'm gonna ask you to roll. It's gonna be an attack roll with your highest proficiency, but no weapon. Yeah, so do an unharmed attack, basically.
Home Stealths is doing, is it me?
Oh, who wants to throw the rope with the grappling hook?
I guess I'll do it. Oh, I can't do a...
You probably ask you for a target. Roll a d20. I'll do the rest myself. Right. Okay, so you do throw the grappling hook to the other side, and it does grab onto something. So you can...
secure it, and then have people waddle across.
Actually, confirming the thing. So you do throw the grappling hook, you pull on the thing, it seems to grab a bit, but as you pull, you can keep pulling, and falls into the water. It didn't actually catch on much. So I'm gonna need another
aiming
try.
the grappling hook at the statues that we saw. Those might be a good hold for the claws on the hook.
If you want to try to climb again, I'm gonna link the thing again. Climb around while Surge is trying to grab with his grappling hook. Alright, you do manage to climb. That's gonna be... So you do the climb action, which makes you move. So you move around across the incline by 5 feet. So you're gonna need to do a bunch of those. So that's why this path takes a bit more time. But you can do a bunch of climb actions like that. Surge, do you want to try
Yes,
trying
I'd
again?
like to try
It's
again.
probably a better idea to try and like scale across the rope with the rest of my my party. I'd much rather do that instead with my turn. So I'll just wait until somebody like gets it to catch on the statues or something.
Alright.
I don't necessarily want to continue my
Alright,
my
so you
climbing.
do move back with the rest of the party.
Can I instead attempt to throw the grappling hook at the statue?
You can if Surge gives you the rope and grappling hook.
Yeah, I don't see why not. You probably have a better chance at it.
Alright, roll a d20 and then I'll add your stats accordingly. Sadly, it doesn't go much better than a Surge attempt.
What's the modifier for that?
It's your simple unarmed attack proficiency, so it's like just +3. But you don't know what the result is supposed to be anyway, so. But I know. But yeah, that isn't enough to catch on anything, so I'm gonna need more attempts.
I'm gonna pass the rope off with the grappling hook to whoever kind of wants to try their hand at it next.
I'll just try again and then see if that works now.
Nope.
Oof.
So you can just keep rolling if you want to try. Keep trying to do that, or else ask me for climbing or jumping or climbing down to swim.
I guess nobody else wants to attempt the roll. I'll attempt again. That ain't it.
Yeah, I'll try again.
Nice.
Alright. As you spend some time trying to throw the grappling hook, time passes, but you finally manage to get a good grip on the... what were you aiming at? The rocks? The statue?
Specifically the statue.
The statue, okay. So you do manage to get a good swing around the statue to catch it on itself and grab the rope solidly on the statue. So now you finally have a path, a rope to go across. So now there will be two choices to use the rope. Either you climb the rope with athletics, or you can try to balance on the rope with acrobatics.
Well, if you don't mind, I'm pretty light on my feet. I'll go across the rope underneath, and I'll make sure it's tied up pretty securely on the other side.
Yeah, that'll work.
Perfect. I'm not.
Are we holding the rope over here, or are we tying it down to something else?
Or you can tie it to one of the posts or something.
Okay.
Yeah, we would probably secure it on this side.
So, Adolfina, you want to...
Secure it on this side, then the last person across unties it, climbs down, and swims while holding the rope.
Why don't we just have the dragon bring it across?
Why don't we just like
Dragon can't fly.
He cannot fly at the moment. He's grounded.
Ah, I
if
forgot.
you don't mind missing a little bit of rope, I can try to shoot off where you fastened it on the other side, and then we can just pull it across.
Olafina, so you want to climb the rope?
Yes.
Alright, so there's the athletics check. Actually, no,
The
it's
one you
hidden.
posted 5 minutes ago, or another one?
There we go.
Okay.
Sorry. And there's the acrobatics if you want to be fancy. Alright. So you do try to get on the rope, but you fell. But since you are still on this side, you don't fall per se.
I'll try again.
Can use the same roll. Yeah. Alright. You do succeed on your second attempt and just climb to the other side. And you need to lift. Yeah. You do get to the other side where the rope is attached.
Anybody opposed to me going next? I'm bad at this, so.
Well, I'm gonna undo the grappling hook and tie the rope properly to the post.
Do the grappling hook and leave. Alright, as you
Hey,
do,
that's my grappling hook. You better give it back.
as you do clear up the thing, you do notice that there is a single bolt of a crossbow on the wooden post over here. But
I'll leave it there for now.
yeah, you do attach the rope over, so it's secure on both sides. So for people that wants to go through, you do need to do the athletics check. Ren, you fall on your bum trying to get on the rope, but
Oh, is it a higher DC for acrobatics?
oh yeah, you try to stand on the rope, but it is not easy to balance over there, so you do slip and fall back to the ground. It does seem a bit more difficult to do on the as a balance check instead of a climb check. All right.
I'm a big bird. Can I get bonuses for having clawed feet and wings?
Sadly your wings right now aren't to use for combat and more flying actions. Maybe something
Oh yeah,
sometimes
they're
later.
literally only there for because it's a hereditary trait. It's just she's skyborn, so she doesn't take fall damage.
Yeah, well, yeah. So if you do fall, you won't take fall damage, but sadly for now you do need to roll for that athletics check, as is. Psycho just goes through, as people are wondering how best to go there. Psycho just goes. Surge Claw, you do barely fail, as your armor is a bit restraining to try to do this action. But the dragons shows off and just goes through as well, despite being able to be summoned to the other side. Alright. So we continue trying to get through. Audrey shows everybody how it's done and gets there quite easily. And she will stand over here to try and aid people getting through.
Surge Claw is going to remove his armor.
You unequip your armor.
And this
I'm
time
going
he's going to try to
to-
sprint across, like balancing.
You're gonna try to balance across. Alright, I'm gonna relink the things.
I'm gonna reactivate, investigate, and sort of like hover over where the arrow is to see if it's coated with the same substance that we were noted earlier by our employer.
Surge Claw, I'm gonna need you to roll something else. As you try to... You remove your armor to make yourself a bit more limber, but then you go for the a bit more difficult way than to balance through. And you do
I
fall.
have better rolls on that.
And you do fall, and I'm gonna ask you to try and grab an edge. That's gonna be as you fall down. You can use a reaction to catch yourself, to not fall even more down. So, roll. You can roll either acrobatics or reflex to try and catch yourself from falling down further. Just roll either of those, and I'm going to adjust it to the... compare it to the DC of the check. Alright. Sadly, this is a bit low. You do fall in the water. So you will be able to just swim the rest of the way. But you did sadly manage to get yourself wet.
Yeah, Surge Claw's just going to swim across and then try to climb up on the other side while cursing in fucking Jotun.
Alright, Shiki, you can roll the athletics, and Surge Claw roll the athletics for swimming. And then we'll just advance time. Just see if you...
Cheeky is just staring at this tightrope going, okay, how do I do this?
Audrey tries to like guide you over and help you get to the other side, but she cannot help you until you get there. Surge, you do get in the water and then just climb to the other side like this.
Alright.
As you try to climb, you do slip a bit from the water and everything, but Howdery does catch you and help you up.
I was
Back
gonna
on
say,
floor.
can somebody use an aid action?
Alright.
Shiki has bonuses in acrobatics, so she is going to do more or less the same thing Surge Claw didn't succeed in and attempt to make her way across.
Alright, I'll link you the balance one that the other have tried before, so you can try again as well.
It seemed a bit difficult to get over to the other side with acrobatics. I am also trained in that.
And you do also fall. Do roll athletics or reflex, whichever you prefer to try and grab an edge.
So if someone falls and takes fall damage, I can't retributive strike gravity to like reduce damage, right?
No, I wouldn't roll against that because, you
Okay,
know,
that's fair.
defending against ground. Alright,
Reflex it is. Let's roll.
reflex. You do manage to grab to the edge, so you are not wet like Surge Claw.
Which, by the way, that's going to be horrible for all of you because Surge Claw is now going to floof up and shake it all off like a wet dog.
Yeah, it's gonna smell like wet dog in the party.
Okay, once more with feeling.
Yeah, just need to do a bit of climb actions. No, you do try again, and you slip again. Trying to do the same thing. You do need to try and grab yourself to not fall. As Audrey looks at you and say, just climb the rope. Alright, you do catch yourself again. Just climb on the rope. We'll hold it as good as we can.
Fine. The awkward image of just a bird crawling across a rope upside down.
Yeah, just gotta be careful. It's by the coast. There's a lot of wind, and it's a bit difficult.
It doesn't help that she has a pair of fucking sails attached to her back.
Yeah. All right. Do roll for the athletics, and you do get to the other side quite easily as you
Like, fuck.
try to climb instead.
Meanwhile, the bird is just desperately clinging to the rope because she doesn't like this.
All right. So you do manage to get to the other side, trying to get through this kill check. There was some more difficult attempts, but climbing the ropes seems to be the easiest way that pretty much everybody managed to get through that way. So what do you do now?
Surge Claw's going to redon his armor.
I'm gonna re-equip your
I'm
armor.
gonna-
It does take a bit of time to re-equip your armor, so that's gonna be I think it's 5 minutes while you do that. But what about the others?
Well,
Shiki's going to go over and help Ren with the crossbow bolt since she has specialties in medicine.
So you're
Yeah,
gonna
while
look
he's
at the crossbow.
redonning his armor, I'm gonna attempt to see if this is coated in a substance similar to what we heard in the reports of the dead man found at the gates.
Yeah, so you're gonna want to try and identify alchemy. That's gonna be using crafting. All right. Shiki, do you want to try and identify as well?
I was thinking more along the lines of see if there's well, yeah, no, it would have to be identify alchemy, but I don't have the ability to really do that.
Don't really have crafting. Well, you can wait for Surge Claw to try. So you're gonna. What about? You did talk before about the rope. What are you doing with that?
Oh yeah, I can shoot off the other end, and then we can just pull it back to the other side, so that way we don't have to have somebody swim across again.
I'm gonna need you to roll an attack. Roll for that. Let's see. I do have some generic thing you can target for that. If I open the correct menu.
So I'm going
I'll
to
give it
target
some-
the weak spot of the post,
yeah,
attempting to free the rope from the other side.
Yeah, just give me a second as I identify how much the numbers for that. Yes. Just to give you a proper target, because you will be using your ammo to do this. Alright. So I've applied some AC to the target, so now you can target and shoot it. You can't quite identify what the bolt has on it. You do there is some liquid, but some liquid that dried off, but you cannot quite identify what it is. And then you do try to target the thing, and that is a hit. You do manage to dislodge the rope.
Just pull the grappling hook over to the other side. You're missing a foot or two, but here's your grappling hook.
Well, the grappling hook was on your side. But you do have, let's say, 3 foot less of rope. So you can go and edit your rope and reduce the distance, it says.
Wasn't my rope. Was my grappling hook.
Well, whoever ropes
Yes.
it was.
Yeah, it was mine.
Here's your rope, and I'll pass the grappling hook back off over here as well.
Shiki will happily take the grappling hook, check it over for damage, and then proceed to carefully stuff it back into her backpack.
I'll just make my way back over with the Vanguard. And then keep investigating.
Right. So as you get to the other side of this decrepit bridge, the road turns back on the other side of the peninsula, continuing forward. Let's see, we started the session at like 140.
Yep.
We could take a short break here or in a bit. Depends which people prefer.
Seems like a comment.
So
I'll grab a snack.
So let's take a 5-minute break now, and then we continue until the end of the session. Actually, there's only we end at 4. Yeah, we end at 4, so there's only 45 minutes left to the session. Yeah, let's take a short break now. So like 5 minutes, and then we'll finish the session after that. All right. I'll set the stream to BRB. Mute. And we continue towards the rest of the session. So, do you want to inspect the bolt a bit more, or do you want to continue towards the path?
Well, it would be nice if our alchemist could help identify what's on it.
While putting my armor on, I would probably have overheard it about alchemy and slid over to have a look.
So do go for this crafting check. Alright. You do manage to identify the strange liquid on the tip of the bolt that was protected from the element from being inside of the wooden post. You do identify it as, let's see, giant centipede venom. It's not enough now to really poison anymore, but it is. It does seem to be similar to what could have happened to the cleric that got found yesterday. I did forget to give you guys XP for everything, so I'm gonna do that now. Got that.
So Surge Claw would, of course, share that with the rest of the people and collect the bolt because
Did
I
put it
want
in the inventory. Just a small second as I get you guys the correct XP. You can talk with each other. Waiting on me to do stuff. Alright, this is... So, for defeating the first fight, you did get 64 XP. And then for clearing the bridge, bridge, you get 40 XP. There we go. Alright. So, now the road opens up ahead. It seems to be a bit less damaged by the weather and the coast than what you've passed so far. So, do you guys get back in formation to continue?
Yes.
Yup.
Also, this is going to be another check for your exploration action, if you want to change it to something, or as you guys will be traveling a bit.
Question, where do we want Mr. Dragon Man?
I mean, he's more of a melee.
Probably in the front.
Do we want him in front or behind me?
You don't want him behind you.
Oh, good for me.
Remember, cuddles with the dragon are good until it starts breathing electricity.
Or thrashing violently, with teeth and claws and tail.
No, that's just affectionate violence. That's all.
Also, his name is Quinlong. If you guys would like to talk to him, but he's not going to answer you.
Yes, and
unless you speak Draconic.
Speak language of violence in just a second, I believe.
Understandable. Question for the DM.
Yes.
Would Surge Claw be able to try to mimic or like using the tipped bolt thing, would he be able to try to like mimic the effect of the?
Well, there isn't enough poison venom left on the bolt. It was kind of used already. So if you
Yeah,
add
that's what I figured.
if you add more giant centipedes, maybe, but not with just the bolt.
I'm gonna go ahead and ask our employer if giant centipede venom was found also on the bolts inside the corpse of the unfortunate victim at the gates.
Well, not that we know. There was bolt wounds, but we're not sure that it was if it had venom, and even less so if it was giant centipede venom.
But they did appear like sickly and diseased in nature from what they could find from the corpse, right?
Yeah.
Since we saw that action, would Surge Claw be able to tell, knowing now that this is giant centipede venom, if that would have the effect that we observed?
It might be similar.
Okay. I think just based on just conjecture, I'm just throwing ideas out here that we might be hot on the trail of maybe a few of the perpetrators of who enacted that violence on that poor unfortunate cleric at the gates. We should be on guard.
Indeed.
Well, get in position for as you want to move forward. Well, I'm gonna move the group as it. Like this.
Don't you want to be up front, Ren?
Yeah, I'll be just next to our Tengu friend over here, and then just behind Alefina.
She's gonna give him bombastic side eye and then tweet at him.
Alright, so you guys move forward.
Not sure why you're tweeting at me, but
It's X now.
Alright, so the party does continue forward. You continue forward. The road continues and turns a bit to the right. Let's see. I do need to press a button. Yep. Alright, so keep moving forward. Can move your characters, I'll move
Indeed.
Audrey. Alright, just keep moving. It's fine. That was just me preparing stuff. Ran Surge, you want to move? What's
Are
the
we just continuing?
yeah? What's the hold up? Are we continuing? Audrey asked. I need to remove that.
I believe we're just continuing, yes.
It's fine. Ren is just being quietly hurt because I twittered at him.
Oh, oops. There you go. Well, let's continue along. The Iron Arbor is we're just halfway there, so. Alright. You guys continue.
Just walking.
I'm gonna peer over at the ridge and see if there's anything amiss or any ambush lying in wait for us.
Well,
I'm a
you do
bit
need. You
wary.
do see that there's a ledge, but it's kind of hard to see what's there. There's a bit of shadow under it, but you would need to clamber up a bit. It's not climbing per se, but it's going to be greater difficult terrain, so it's going to take 10 feet more as you move.
I'm gonna go ahead and ask the party then if they wouldn't mind waiting a second before we move forward, so I can see if there's anything of interest up this ridge. It does look shorter than the other side, so maybe
Do
someone
go
here
ahead.
before
I
us,
don't see any
maybe,
reason why not.
I don't know. I thought we were supposed to be hurrying to the other village.
well, if we get ambushed, it might put a damper in what we're trying to do here.
Just rolling some random dice for fun. Actually, everybody hears something clunk on the floor.
And as I was saying,
Cover Audrey.
So Hadri isn't back there.
they have the high ground, Anakin.
And then let's see. Psycho, you do notice that the whatever made that sound did come from the shadow under the ledge over there.
It came from that direction.
Ah, yes, the direction I was just pointing at and trying to investigate earlier.
Yep. So do you move in that direction? The rock is going to be greater difficult terrain, but you do need to climb that rock to be able to see what's over there. And also it's dark shadow, so if you don't have dark vision, you won't see.
The dragon has dark vision.
Yeah, I'll go first. I can see in the dark.
Alright. So actually, I'm gonna do this.
Surge Claw is going to sprint back to just body block Audrey.
It's
Because to
everybody.
my understanding, we are, protecting her.
Roll this. This shouldn't. There we go. And hopefully this doesn't give you guys more information that you're supposed to. No, we're good. Alright, so everybody's waiting for Alefina to move. We're gonna use the delay action to make everybody wait and let Alefina move.
Go.
So I'll just move Alefina to the start of the initiative
Sorry,
order.
I keep forgetting that I have push to talk on now.
And then, well, Surge Claw, you do move towards Audrey. That's fine. But now it is Alefina, and
Well, I want to head towards where the shooting is coming from.
Yeah.
So what needs to happen?
this is going to be greater difficult terrain for 2 squares.
I
So
use
that's-
as many movement actions as I need to get over there.
Alright, so this is 15. You have 30 or 25?
25.
25. So you get okay, 15. Then to get here you would need 30, so it's gonna take 2 action, but you barely manage to get above the ledge. And then you can see what's over there, as you have dark vision. You do see a bunch of creatures. Do you see them? No, you don't yet. Give me a
I
second.
don't.
There we go. There is quite a few creatures that are a bit too visible for everybody. It's been a while.
We got some baddies and some nasties.
Select all.
Now that they've been called out, can I see them or no?
No, you cannot see them. That's what I'm currently fixing. Because, yeah, that is something that is limiting you. I just have some small issues. Why is it not? Select all. Yes. Goddamn.
How very convenient. We were just wanting more giant centipedes.
Yeah, you cannot see those at the moment, but I have some. Oh, there it is. I'm sorry for this small delay. It's all practice stuff that is out of practice. Right, and then Alfina, you do see everybody because you do see them. Alright, so Alfina, you use 2 actions to get up here. You do see enemies, and then your party is somewhat aware that there are enemies because you mentioned them, but they aren't too sure of where they are. What do you do with your remaining action?
Well, as a free action, I'd just like to yell, "Yo, we got a suspicious-looking person and 3 crawlies up here."
I'm gonna say I'm gonna give you that as a
That's
point out,
out?
and then it's gonna make
Yeah, that's
hidden for everybody, so everybody knows where they are roughly.
I can live with that.
Right.
That's it then.
So for the rest of the party, since you all waited for Alfina to move forward, I'm gonna give you guys, as you were in like currently delaying your turn, so you can say I'm gonna act next, and then you're gonna be the next in initiative. So who would like to go next?
I'll go next.
All right. So I'll move you forward in initiative.
I can go after that.
There we go. Search, you'll return initiative there. Alright, Shiki, what do you do?
Hey, first things first, gonna move forward just a little bit.
This ledge
Then,
is like
once again,
it's like 10 feet tall, so you can walk up it, but since it's higher, you can't quite see.
oh, she's not
there.
going up the ledge.
Yeah. Alright.
No, she's casting Bless at the bottom of the ledge, so it gets all the ranged people.
Alright. You do have more spontaneous cast today, so yeah. Bless away. You can drag the aura bless to your character to apply it. From the chat. So you see in chat it posted your bless spell, and there's aura bless at the end. Drag that to your character. There we go, perfect. And
There we go.
that is 3 action. Surge Claw, what do you do?
Surge Claw is going to quickly modify a versatile vial, chuck it in the.
You cut off.
Chuck it off in the vague direction that has been pointed out. I'm assuming I'll take a.
Yeah, that's going to be -2 because of the range increment. Target one of them, maybe probably the one in the middle. and then do try to roll against it, and it's gonna roll at -2 and also against a hidden target, so
Okay, perfect.
I'm gonna have a flat roll to check if you actually hit anything. So just roll. Okay, so it did the flat check first, so it does hit something. There's some settings I need to check for, but for now we'll keep it that way. So try again to strike, and now it should roll to strike. God damn it. That's why I changed in my settings, but it didn't. Try to strike.
It didn't try to strike. Should I use the map or?
No, just try, just strike again. It's not going correctly. God damn it. I'll do the math myself. I need to change some settings for the modules. It's not working as we would like it. What do you throw?
Alchemist's Fire, lesser.
Alright, throw an Alchemist Fire. That's going to be +7.
Would the fire light up the area at all, so that way I can see with my human eyes?
For a bit.
Hmm.
I'd imagine it
Like
would
Molotov.
conflagrate, so it wouldn't.
Yeah.
Wouldn't catch on
It's
fire.
not persistent. It's really it's a blast that happens
Yeah,
once.
it's a conflagration. It just goes. Whoosh.
Yeah.
Would it at least light them up momentarily for me to see
Well, it lights them up
with the
on
explosion?
Surge Claw's
impact?
action, yeah, but not on
Yeah.
your turn.
So I wouldn't know if they moved, but I could get like the idea of where they are.
Well, you already have that. They are hidden, so you know roughly where they are, and even with that would be something similar. But that would be a hit, so roll for damage.
Okay, give me a minute.
Can click the 3 dots in the HUD, and you'll see the damage there, or else on your character sheet.
Oh god. Oh, which 3 dots?
On your bar, the squares.
Yep. Sorry, I just gotta. pull
On the
that
thing
down there.
directly, there should be there. Or else just go in your character sheet and in the actions. Alright, so you do some damage. It does do some splash damage as well. So,
If it's got persistent fire damage, does that mean the target is on fire?
it is, but yeah.
Not enough for you to see.
Yeah, vision is a thing, so I would say yeah, not enough for you to fully see where the enemy is. So it's still
So I
gonna be.
can't see just a
hidden-ish.
burning target on top of the hill.
It's not on top of a hill. It's like basically a cave. It's a small ledge that is quite dark there, and there's some.
Wouldn't
the
the
creatures
wouldn't the
are.
fire stand out more in the darkness?
I will slightly adjust the hidden DC check for you to check that, because they are still quite in darkness, and as a human you have a bit of difficulty seeing there.
Okay, but I can see the fire, not them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you see in which square they are, basically. So that was one action for Surgical.
Just to keep up the momentum, he's gonna chuck a versatile vial as well.
Right, that's going to be a -5. But that's just going to miss. You just hit the wall behind and
Okay, so
Doesn't
does
hit
it
anything.
detract? Actually, no, because of the quick alchemy. I won't detract.
And what do you do with your remaining action?
Is there any way Surge Claw can slightly protect the Audrey?
By being in front, you already give some lesser cover.
Okay, perfect. Then Search Claw is just going to howl and try to. Oh God, what was it?
You are a bit too far to demoralize.
Okay, fair enough. Then he's just gonna howl, and that.
Right. So the rest of you are still delaying. Who wants to act, or do you just keep waiting? Right.
I will act.
Psycho. Yeah.
I'm just gonna have Kenlong move here.
All right.
He does have the dark vision.
Yeah, but you do need to walk up the.
I didn't know there was like a ledge.
Yeah, and it's greater difficult terrain, so it takes 10 more per square.
Turn to where I was, I think it's there. I'm just going to attempt to scale that.
So yeah, it's going to be 2 squares of greater difficult. So yeah, you might need 2 actions. Like yeah, it's going to be 2 actions like Alfina.
So it would be 2 actions for me to get there.
Yep.
Oh, well, that's kind of. Because if it's up, kind of thing.
Well,
Yeah,
do you have
actions.
do you have 25 or 30?
45.
25, yeah. It's the same as Alfina. So 2 action at 25. If you had 30, it would be 1 action, but yeah.
Right. I'm gonna use all my actions to get up there.
Alright. Get all the way up there. Now you can clearly see. Oops. Clearly see what you are facing. Well, the dragon can.
That'll be my turn.
Alright. Ren, do you want to act now, or do you wait for the enemy to act?
Yeah, I'm gonna act now. I'm going to remove my torch from my backpack, and I am going to equip it.
Is it actually in your backpack? Yeah. You do need to spend an action more to get it out of the backpack.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna spend an action to take it out of my backpack for 1 action.
Alright.
I am going to take it in 1 hand.
Yep. You also light it as you take it. It's not.
And then I am going to chuck it into the cave.
All right. Yeah.
Unless it already reveals them from where I'm at.
Well, not from where you. Well, you could lift it up high, but then your hand is busy doing that. But that would give light for the others.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw it into the.
Or yeah, you could throw it. I'm gonna give you a. Let's see. It's gonna be an attack, improvised weapon attack.
Well, I'm not throwing it at them.
It's just to see how well you throw it. Alright, so it's gonna be -2, but the DC is not gonna be that bad. So roll, yeah. You need a target. Give you a random target. There you go. Target this. Like this. Yeah, that should be.
Just use strike with torch.
Yeah, just strike it. Torch. It's not using your dex. I'll change the number myself. But you didn't. Yeah, using your dex instead of your strength to throw it, you do manage to throw the torch in there. It won't light up as well as if you were holding it, but it will cause a bit of light. You do not have that torch anymore, though. There you go.
Is it close enough to them so where I can like identify and actually see them and attack without
Well,
penalty?
you don't have a line of sight to them because they are hiding in the back of the cave at the end of the ledge. So you would need to start climbing to start seeing above the ledge like Alfina and the dragon did.
Okay. So that's 2 actions.
Well, it's 3 because you get out of your backpack, have it in your hand, and then throw it.
Oh, gotcha. Alright, that's my turn.
Yep. Next turn you'll be ready. Audrey will move back and try to take cover. Take cover, yes. There we go. Alright, now for the enemy. They will delay. This isn't happening right now. This is going to be at the end of whenever they return. One of the big insectoid creature moves towards the dragon that made it to the ledge. Goes for a strike. That's a hit. Retributive strike. That's going to reduce damage. No damage. All right.
Fucking champion.
So, seeing that the champion is defending, it's going to switch target. The champion's going to attack first. And do quite a bit of damage. And it's just going to kill it. Denying it its third action.
Jesus Christ. Just fucking eviscerated that centipede.
Yeah. Another centipede. Well, you haven't identified it as a centipede yet. Does also move forward. And goes directly for the champion, because the champion is defending the other one. That's going to be a miss. Try again. That's going to be a hit. But, god damn it. But it is still a hit. So I will ask you to roll this fortitude save. Which you succeed. So that's it for this centipede. This one will go for something similar. Miss. And miss. The creature that was delaying will return in initiative. They will stride back. And then shoot. Actually, god damn it. I need to put reload on my bar because monsters aren't reloaded by default. We'll strike at Alfina. That's a hit. Please roll this 42 save. And that's not gonna affect you. They will reload with their last action.
Did I take damage there?
No, you didn't.
Okay.
Actually, I can imply it. So you didn't see it, but yeah, it did hit, but it didn't do any damage. Right, Alfina, what do you want to do? Going around there will make you go through the greater difficult terrain.
Yeah, hang on then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me go here and then. What's the key to
Z.
Yeah, Z? Okay, and then here. That should be 25.
Yep.
And I'll put some pressure on the big Betty.
Yep.
Let me do a demoralize first.
Alright. And it's already almost 4 already. Alright, and Niji, are you good to finish this fight?
Of course, not a problem.
Yeah, no, he's off tomorrow, so no problem.
But I have to ask.
I appreciate
Right.
it. But yeah, this is my 1 weekend off, so.
Demoralize, and you miss.
Alright.
And yep.
That's it.
That is your turn. Shiki, what do? As you cannot quite see the enemy over there, you do see now that there's light, but you will need to move a bit.
Question.
Yes.
Can I not see the large insectoid creatures?
Actually, yeah, they are next to the border now, so you would see those. Give me a second, I'll fix that. Select all. Observed.
Can I see them as well, or still
Yes.
no? Because they're like right on top of my torch.
Yeah, now you do see them. I'm currently fixing the vision, so because now they are next to the ledge, so they aren't hidden by it anymore. There you go. Now you should see the creature. I'm gonna move the corpse.
Honestly, probably wise. It seems to be giving you problems.
Alright, so you do see those two? And you can target them.
Okay. Shiki is going to use an action to sustain Bless to try and get it further out by another 10 feet to hopefully get
Alright.
Elthira back into the circle.
That isn't enough, sadly.
Damn.
You do also need line of sight for that, so since Alfina is in the back, I'm not sure it wouldn't work anyway. Alright, what do you do with your remaining 2 actions? Against the unknown, but you have quite a good idea of what creatures are.
They look like breakfast.
And what kind of breakfast you eat over there?
Oh, don't worry, centipedes is not a Norwegian thing.
You sure?
Absolutely.
Alright,
Tengus are bird people. Come on, it's a bug.
so I need you to tell me what you do with your remaining 2 actions.
I'm going to use needle darts, methinks.
Alright, target something and cast needle darts. It's the default, yep. And then roll to attack. Press the attack button, basically. And that's a crit. Roll for damage, and we'll apply double. This, and we apply double. And you throw needles at the the centipede hard enough that it dies from it. That will be your 3 actions. Surge Claw, what do you do?
Surge Claw is going to follow up. He is going to move 25 feet over here.
As long as you don't go in the cliff, you can move your full speed. Alright.
He is then. Would he be able to throw something at the one next to Alfina?
No, that one is still
Yeah, behind
blocked
cover.
by the
Yeah.
cliff.
In that case, a versatile. Another alchemist's fire. One second.
Yes.
Through the use of quick alchemy and quick bomber.
Mm-hmm. That's gonna be a miss. So he's just gonna take 1 splash damage, I think. If you miss, actually, give me a second. I need to confirm that. Yeah, you just do the splash damage. So I'm just gonna do 1. There you go.
He is then going to quickly sprint back and continue body blocking the charge.
All right. Psycho,
That's my turn.
what do you do, Psycho?
Well, I'm not gonna have the dragon breathe lightning on the gnome.
You sure?
I was thinking about it. And I could do a line attack with it, but like breath weapon for one centipede kinda. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move the dragon here.
Gonna hide the corpse.
Move this dragon here. And then I'm going to use the axe together.
All right.
I'm going to use the one action boost Eidolon.
You do not have a line of sight with your Eidolon.
Oh, I moved it back. I should have just moved it forward. Because I do have line of sight via the ledge.
From there, yes. I'm
I
gonna
will
be
just move it.
lenient and let you do that this time, but
I will bear in mind next time.
later on I'm gonna be more severe.
And then,
Neko.
with that, I'm
You do need to drag the spell effect to your creature. Yeah.
Is there a way to not have the dragon be completely covered in a giant splotch of blood on my screen?
Can remove all the blood. Let's see.
The layers are in the wrong order.
Yeah.
Okay, no worries.
Psycho.
I'm trying to hit it, but it keeps saying my dragon doesn't have HP. Which it should have HP.
Are you targeting your dragon, or?
No, I'm targeting the centipede.
So you have the dragon, and then you go and you do strike. Oh, there might be a bug because of the latest patch. I'll give your dragon some HP.
Now it's saying it no longer exists.
Give me a second. There we go. Oh, well, I rolled for you while testing, but do you want to take the hit or do you want to roll again?
Take the hit, Chris.
Alright, just click to... can you click to damage or...
It does not show me the
No.
damage up.
there might be a bug with the latest version because there was a big update recently, so might just be it. But your dragon does eat up the enemy.
That is my turn.
Ren, sadly your visible targets got killed by the rest of the party. What do you do?
Nothing. I just passed my turn.
I'm just gonna delay for now. Hadri will delay as well. The enemy will try and melee the enemy. Just gonna attack with their Atlas. Actually, I need to check their hands. Yeah, it's a one-handed crossbow. Let's go. Just bonks Alufina with its club. And again. And again. Alright. Roll recovery. Big damage. Alright, Alufina.
Gonna take one hand off my weapon.
Yes.
As a free action, I'm gonna reposition with this with no penalty.
Yep.
Let me use a hero point on that.
Mm-hmm. Alright. I'm gonna assume you want to move it to there or there.
To the right, please. I will
Can
then
I see it?
Yes, now you can see it.
Well, let me shove it.
I was gonna say, push that motherfucker.
Shove with a -5.
Yes. That's gonna be a miss.
And let me regrab my weapon.
Alright, that's
So
three actions.
after Alufina takes their turn, since I delayed, can I immediately act after?
Yes, you can. That's what delay does. So, we had this turn, and that didn't work correctly. There we go.
Alright. I
Get
can
him!
finally see it.
Or them.
I'm gonna go ahead and draw my pistol.
Mm-hmm.
And then I am going to shoot.
You shoot, that's a hit. Do some damage.
Gonna reload. And shoot the -5.
And that's also it. Alright, that is 3 actions. Alright, Shiki. What do you do, Shiki?
Let's see. Do I want to really, really, really make them hurt, potentially? Or do I just want to poke them with needles again?
Probably safer to just attack them.
The world's your centipede. I'm an oyster.
That's not how that works.
Hi. Shiki is going to move a couple of steps, so she's going to
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to block Ren's aim. And then needle darts.
Alright. Target deck. That's a hit. Roll for damage. That's a damage. Alright. That is 3 actions.
Yep.
Surge. What are you doing?
I'll repeat from the thing that worked last time.
Alright, let's roll for damage.
This one I'm going to modify so it does not do the splash.
Alright. Did you disable the splash in the prompt?
Yes.
Okay.
When it gives me the roll, yeah.
Don't disable that, or else it's not giving me the splash, because it still happens on your main target. So when you do that, it removes it completely.
Oh, okay, fair.
Yeah. But as you throw, you didn't say you were throwing an alchemist fire, but it's fine.
Oh, sorry.
Because you do need to tell me what you are doing with your quick alchemy. I only really care about crate consumable. And even then, yeah, I only care really about crate consumable because that's a different item than just the vial. But you do need to tell me what you are making with it, because it will change what you are throwing. But
That's
either way,
fair. I'll keep that in mind.
either way, you do enough damage to finish the creature. Yeah, finish the creature as Alfina moved it towards the ledge of the hole, so everybody can see it, ending the encounter. I do need to give you guys some XP, so before I forget. You do get 80 XP from this. And this is the end of the combat. So do you want to continue just a bit to finish this map, or should we wait for next week?
I'm good with anything.
It's really
It's fine if we can finish this map, yeah.
yeah, it's really just checking this guy and leaving. Alright, so you finished the fight. Who's doing what?
You was
I
grabbing my
want to
torch off
search
the
the
ground.
giant centipede if someone can push him down.
I mean, sure, I can push him down. I'll push all the bodies down. Let's go with that. Shove.
Just shove all the
Psycho
bodies
will be
down.
refocusing.
Shiki's going to check on our friend.
Yeah, she is good. She just delayed the whole combat.
Yeah.
Staying in the
Once I'm
back.
done
Better to
shoving,
check.
I got poked in the arm. I would like someone to fix me up, please, if possible.
I've got a needle for that.
I will need to check for the like harvesting poison stuff, but you do check in the body of the main this non-centipede target. There might be something that could be of interest.
Yeah,
Wink,
after
wink.
I grab my torch, I'll go over and investigate the corpse.
All right. You can double click the enemies to see what's on them.
Is the unusual liquid similar to what we noticed on the bolts?
I clicked a button I wasn't supposed to.
No, it's fine. You want to identify it.
True.
So I posted it in chat so you can try and identify it, and you easily identify it. It is giant centipede venom.
Shiki is going to run over to our lovely little gnome and spend some time treating wounds.
Yeah, so that's gonna take 10 minutes. So target Alufina and then use the treat wounds macro. It's at the
Can I apply this poison to my remaining ammo?
it would be like one charge per ammo, and you need like an 2 action to to interact with it to shoot it, but I'm not sure since it's bullets though. I'll take note of it and get back to you next session about that.
Honestly, that was an impressive failure, considering how many bonuses she has.
Yeah, well, you did roll a 5, so so Alufina still gets the treat wounds immunity, so you cannot treat wounds for an hour. But Audrey, being a cleric, will use one of their charge of heal and just heal of Alufina. Roll healing is there you go.
That works. Thank you.
Still feels
am,
like a waste of a spell slot.
Yeah,
I'm
it's,
gonna go ahead and...
it's okay. Iron Arbor is just around the corner. Sorry, Ren? Yes?
I am going to pocket the hand crossbow
Yeah,
in
just
my backpack.
drag stuff to your inventory.
And then I am also going to take these bullets.
Anybody opposed to me grabbing the giant centipede venom?
You can take it.
Seems like it's up your alley.
Correct.
Oh, you do need to apply it with an injury. It's not you don't just throw it. You need to apply it to
Oh,
a
no, I
sword
know.
or a weapon. Something.
I'm well aware.
Alright. Well, that peninsula was a bit more dangerous than expected, but Iron Arbor awaits us as it is starting to get a bit later in the day, so.
Does the corpse have any identifying features, like maybe like any sort of like uniform or like notes with orders on them?
Or you can try to recall knowledge on the enemy. Well, they are dead, so they're not going to talk to you much, but you can try and recall
Yeah,
knowledge.
I would also like to recall knowledge on the centipedes in case.
I can spawn centipede. There you go. Alright. Let's see. Sadly, you cannot really identify... Ren, you cannot really identify what that humanoid creature was. It doesn't ring a bell, really. As well as Searchclaw. You did guess that it was a giant centipede, but you cannot really think of much about them.
That makes sense.
Are we certain it's a centipede and not a millipede?
Yeah, you need to count the legs. That's gonna take 10 minutes.
I'd rather not.
Alright. Is there anything else you would like to do while you're still here, or shall you continue to Iron Arbor?
Did do the refocusing while everybody was like trading the wounds and stuff. So I'm good to go.
Yeah. Alright.
I think we're good to go.
Well, then let's continue. Iron Arbor awaits. So, the party continues on its way on the coast towards the village of Iron Arbor. Do I have a picture for you guys to end with? Not really. But
And we'll see you guys in the next episode.
I'll show
Of
you
Dragon
this
Ball Z.
picture. No, this doesn't work. God damn it. Give me a second. Trying to make you guys be able to see. Token vision.
But I was
Expression.
born with eyes.
There you go. And then you manage to get towards the village of Iron Arbor, which you guys will explore and visit next Saturday. So next Saturday, 12, noon Eastern. We'll continue some more. So make sure to be there on time. Well, then see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.